If you like to enjoy our wonderful Queensland boating lifestyle, odds are you're probably going to need a boat licence. So on the show today we have Daryl from All-State Boat Licensing and Training, who's going to tell us a little bit how that works. Hello Daryl and welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks very much. Pleased to be here.
Thank you. Now I understand in the building behind us we've got a lot of people trying to get their boat licence today. Now there are two types of licences they can get, a recreational boat licence and a PWC. Can you tell our listeners today the difference between the two?
Yes, the PWC, the jet ski licence, was added in later, so you had to have a special licence, and that's had the desired results, improve the safety on the water, the death toll has fallen accordingly, and generally speaking, Maritime Safety Queensland have done a wonderful job in introducing the new additional licence for the jet ski. There always has been the boat licence, but you cannot have a jet ski licence stand alone. You must have a boat licence prior to it or with it.
Right, so today these people will either be getting either a recreational boat licence or a PWC as well?
Yes, we got some of them doing both.
Wow, that's great.
It is wonderful.
And can I ask, are there any restrictions on people obtaining a licence? Is there age or medical restrictions?
Yes, the person to get a licence, a recreational boat or jet ski licence, must be 16 years of age. Okay. And they must have basic medical clearances to see they're medically fit.
And you'll be running this course here today, as you do, I understand, most weekends. Can you tell us exactly what happens in this course? I mean, is it all hitting the books and studying hard, or do you actually get out on the water?
No, we have a segment in class doing all the theory, the collision regulations and what might be called common sense, but still it's very important, all the regulations. And then we have a couple of hours out on the water doing the practical component where people learn to handle a boat in different conditions.
Wow. And if people were interested in obtaining a boat licence or a PWC, how would they go about finding where they could do this?
Well, they could look up the website for All-State Boat Licensing, and we're an organisation all over the state. We've got some 14 training centres, so I'm sure we've got a centre somewhere close to wherever that person is that wants to do the jet ski.
So it shouldn't be too hard to find then?
It won't be hard at all.
So we're going to see a lot of future boaties out on the water, do you think?
Oh, I think it's a wonderful sport and a wonderful industry, and people are really finding it some way to let the steam off, and we just want them to do it, to enjoy it and do it safely. That's the whole thrust of Maritime Safety Queensland. Enjoy the waterway, but do it safely.
Absolutely. And once our potential boaties have completed the boat safe training course, what do they need to take to the Department of Transport to actually officially get their licence?
Well, all they need to do then is to take their application fee, their application form and identification, and then they get a lifetime licence. Okay,
Daryl, I just want a little bit more information about what actually takes place in the training. Can you tell us some of the topics and things that will be covered in the training day today?
Yes, in the training room, we've got to remember it's followed up by a period on water, but on the training room we want to talk about the basic safety requirements and safety equipment is number one. We want to talk about all the safety aspects and general safety obligation from the individual student. We want to understand the IALA voyage system. That tells us all the cardinal marks, lateral marks, so we know what we're looking at out there on the water. That is all to do with boating safety. We talk about boat handling, adverse conditions, the weather, many aspects, all of these things that go behind the scenes so that somebody goes out on the water, they're well equipped with the regulations, and that gives them a walk-up start to safe boating. The practical aspects then just add on to all of that.
And I understand they get some kind of training manual, is that correct?
Yes, we supply them all with the Boat Safe workbook. We refer to it during the class, but more importantly, this book is a wonderful reference book to maintain their competence with. If somebody can look at that every now and again, I mean, it is a tragedy if they start to forget what they learn here today.
And that brings me to another question. Once you have obtained your recreational boat licence or your PWC, down the track, if you haven't been on the water for a while, is it possible to do a refresher course?
Absolutely. There's two reasons there. One, if people just forget and they'd like to do a refresher course so they feel good about it again, that's wonderful, we do that. But also they might go upsize in a boat, a different boat, they want one-on-one training. We provide that as well to put their mind at ease, and it certainly is a big step in the direction of safety.
Simple as that.
It's wonderful.
Well, thank you, Daryl. I think it might be time for us to head out on the water and see what our potential boaties have got in store.
Welcome to Morgan's Seafood here at the beautiful Scarborough Boat Harbour in Redcliffe. My name's Donna Brown and I have encouraged our executive chef Deborah Healy from our Morgan's Seafood award-winning restaurant to come and show a few tips and tricks that people are always asking about how to cook crispy skin salmon or how to cook crispy skin fish at home. And Deborah, could you show us a few little tricks that people might like to try at home?
Sure. Okay, so today I'm using Atlantic salmon, and because I'm cooking on a barbecue, I'm just going to have a little trick of putting a little tiny smidgen of rice flour on it, which will stop it from sticking on our barbecue. If I was putting it on my grill in the kitchen, I wouldn't need that. But on this barbecue, or on some barbecues, you do need something there to help. So skin side down first.
That's a lovely portion size too.
Yes.
So if you're trying to make a lovely dinner party at home, how much grams would you need?
160 grams is plenty of salmon per portion. With white fish I go to 180. But because salmon is so rich, you don't need quite as much.
That's a great concept. And if you go into your fish market and your fishmonger and actually say, I'm wanting to serve 4 fillets about 180 to 200 grams in size, that way they can pick out the right size fillet and you don't end up with too big a fillet or waste.
I'm really lucky, mine's already been pin bone. They do have some fine pin bones in them, but I have a fishmonger in my kitchen that does that for me. So this is all ready to go and we're just going to crispy it up.
The beautiful part about the demonstration today is you've actually picked one of my favourite fish. I absolutely love salmon. It's so versatile to cook at home and it's so good for you, packed with the omega-3 oils. And try, even if you don't like the skin, try to leave and cook it with the skin on, because underneath the skin is where all the good oils are. So you're at least maintaining all of that beautiful healthy aspect. This is Tasmanian salmon, so it comes up to Morgan Seafood fresh and in probably about 5-6 kilo size, and we fillet it and sell it in our seafood market and of course serve it in our award-winning restaurant.
Okay, so while this is crispying up, we're going to go to a quick ad break and I'll see you afterwards.